Black Desert Mobile told us on their game plan that we were going to get Mercantry in Q2. Q2 is right around the corner. I'm going to cover Mercantry and World Management. What do you need to prepare? If this is your first time to my channel, make sure you check out the description down below for additional badass Black Desert Mobile content. You won't be disappointed. Before we get into what you need to prepare for Mercantry and World Management, let's talk about what they are. Mercantry and World Management are a separate mission that you can get to within your camp. Once you're there, you have the ability to travel between different territories and towns like Valia and Caltheon and all the different towns. When you travel to each different towns, if you talk to specific people in those towns, you have the ability to trade items from pick up an item from one town, take it to another town, sell it to the other town, and make profits. That's just one item. You can also do these little different side quests as you're along the trail there. As you can see, the green dots, the purple dots, the blue dots, the white dots. So as you're traveling from town to town, you have the ability to collect those dots as you go to pick up different rewards. So I've done the research and I've come up with 8 things that you need to do to be prepared for Mercantry and World Management. With that being said, let's dive right in. To get to both of these options, you go to your trade post. Once you're at your trade post, you can see the World Management and the Mercantry options. The Mercantry option is going to give you this screen. You're going to be able to choose the cart that you have, the horses that you have. If you look on the left over there, you can see the amount of food that the cart can carry, so that means the further distance, how much weight it can carry, so more items that you can hold, how many horses it takes to carry that cart. Right below that gives you the option to equip a cart barding, similar to the horse barding, not called the same thing, just for similarity purposes. And then below that gives you the option to select the horses that you want to take with you. If you select the right tab option in the top right, you can actually see all the different cart options that you can buy. Now, in order to buy these carts, you actually need resources. So I strongly recommend my pro tip for my first thing you need to prepare for is stockpiling resources for carts. There is, I believe, going to be 4 cart options. The biggest cart we're going to be able to choose from right away is this one. It does carry 4 horses, carry 45,000 food and 6,000 weight. So that is a huge, and you can see the resources that you need there: 50,000 iron, 35,000 tin, 40,000 wood, cotton 23,000, and wild grass 26,000. So I do recommend, stockpile at least those resources. It also costs 50 million silver and then 70,000 food to craft it on the left over there. This cart can carry 2 horses, so you're going to want to have 2 max horses. It can go 3 times the distance as the smallest cart, and it has almost 3 times the capacity, as you can see there at 2,500 and 15,000. So I strongly recommend stockpiling up resources to buy the max cart, so that way you can get the most bang for your buck when these options unload. The second thing you want to prepare for is horses. So as you saw with the cart options, some of the cart options give the chance to take 2 horses with you. And right now the max level of horses is 6. They might unlock it to level 7. As you see there, I do have a level 7. So you at least want 2 level 6s. So if you don't have that, continue to chug away doing that. The higher the level of the horse means the more food that they can carry, more food that they carry. You can see on the left over there, it says 15,690. It goes all the way up to 16,470 with the tier 6 horse. The higher the level of the horse means the more food they can carry. The more food that they can carry means the more distance they can go, which means you can get more, which means just you get more of everything. So definitely make sure you get your horses leveled up. You can see the difference there between the two. 17,415. It's almost 1,000 more food that it carries, and that's only with a level 1 cart. If that was a level 4 cart, you would get 6% more of that number, which is probably 3,000 to 5,000 more food. So make sure you get your horses leveled up as well. So that's the Mercantry. To get to the World Management screen, it's right next to the Mercantry option. Once you're there, you're going to see a screen that looks like this, and it's a lot of different options. I'm going to cover them real quick. The third thing that you're going to need in order to be prepared for Mercantry and World Management is the trade items. So the small little trade items that you can either craft, the items that you can pick up through the world, they drop throughout random places. You're just going to want to stockpile a lot of these because they help increase your LT. So if you notice that rock right there, that rock fragment increases my LT by plus or 0.5 for every one I have. If you take 100 of those with you, that's increasing your LT by 50. I have probably a couple hundred of each one of these stockpiled. So the more of those that you have stockpiled, the more stuff that you can carry for each load. The top right option on the top right shows you how much LT you currently have, and then you can increase that by taking the additional ones. The fourth thing that you're going to want to make sure you have prepared is your workers. You want to have 4 workers yellow or above at max level as you can get them, preferably level 50, but at least above level 40. On the bottom left below the workers on the left over there, it does say that the higher the level of the workers and the better the grade of the worker, the more that they will farm and the higher they will level quicker. So definitely want to make sure you have at least 4 workers. They're at least yellow, and you want to level them up. I do recommend, pro tip, that you always buy yellow workers. Don't level up workers. They come with better stats if you buy the workers. The second option on the right below LT shows how many workers you can take. You can then reselect the workers, like I said. Below those show how much food and LT you can take with you as well. And then below that, you can hit the go button and then you go out into the screen. I'm not going to cover, world management in detail like I showed you at the beginning of the video. There's a lot of variables that I can't translate and read. Once this comes out global, I will do a full video once I can read this stuff a little and have a better understanding. This is just how to prepare, what you need to do to prepare. The fifth thing that you're going to need to have leveled up and be prepared for is your trade shop. Your trade shop allows you to make the craftable items that you can then craft between each town while you're doing the world management. So if you haven't crafted any of these, I strongly recommend going through and crafting a couple of each, because you will need those for world management. And if not, at least have this building leveled up to max level. That way when that time comes, you can level those up. Number 6 is food. You want to make sure you stockpile your milk, eggs, and if you do any fishing, you're going to want to stockpile your fish as well. You will need food. You will use a lot of food when this feature comes available, so I definitely recommend you having your gardens, all 4 of your gardens built. Make sure you stockpile on sunflower seeds. Make sure you stockpile up on the food, the milk, and the eggs. And then as you can see there, I did stockpile up on my rock fragments, my trade items, and that type of stuff. So make sure you get those items stockpiled. All right, the last and probably most important tip to make sure you're prepared for world management is NPCs. Making sure that you have Amity at max level with very specific NPCs in each town. How to figure out which NPC it is in each town? Well, there's one very simple way to do that. If you look at the map in the top left, the list view over here, it's always the option with the world management section, like the Brorum. For this town in Tariff, it's Brorum, B-R-O-R-U-M. Once you select Brorum, you can actually go to that person and you can level up your Amity with that person. You can either select to do it through gifts or through stamina. If you use stamina, it goes a little quicker. I am stockpiling my gifts for world management specifically, so that way when that comes out, I have a bunch, and I don't mind spending some stamina on maxing my Amity. The importance of having your Amity maxed with these specific vendors is because when you go to trade items between each, you want to get the best possible deal that you can. You want to make sure that you increase your profits as much as possible while reducing your losses. So it's all about maximizing and getting the most bang for your buck. So just make sure you go out there and maximize and max those Amities while you can before Worlds Management comes. That way when this comes, you are set up for success. All right, so let's take a look at a recap of how to prepare, what you're going to need in detail. So make sure you have your trade building at max level, which is level 10. Make sure you have some of those items in there crafted if you can ahead of time. That way you can, go and trade them right away to get some profits. Make sure you have 4+ tier 6 horses. They might unlock tier 7 right away. I'm not sure. They might wait a little while. If they do unlock it, you want to be able to make those right away. So get yourself 4 tier 6 horses. I know that takes a little bit of time, but you can get out there and it can be done. Make sure you have your Amity with the correct NPCs. Go to every single town in the game right now. Go to the NPC like I showed you in the list map. Go walk up to them and max your Amity with those people. I promise you, you'll thank me later. Make sure you stockpile your food, milks, eggs, and fish if you have them. You will need a lot of food when this unlocks. Make sure you stockpile those resources for each one of those carts, at least the max level cart. I know it's a lot of resources, but stockpile them now. That way you only can buy one cart, so might as well just buy the big bad Mamma Jamma one right away and be done. Make sure you have 4 yellow high-level workers. If you don't have yellow workers, you want to make sure you buy them from the pub. Make sure you buy them from the pub. Don't level up workers, and then work on leveling them up, the yellow workers from level 1. Make sure you get and stockpile those trade items like I have a bunch stockpiled, and then make sure you have a lot of silver. You want to make sure you have a lot of silver to buy and sell items when you're in the world management system. If you don't stockpile silver, it's going to be really difficult to buy an item from one place to be able to sell to another if you don't have at least 100 million silver. So definitely stockpile some silver as well. That covers everything that you're going to need to make sure that you're set up for success when these 2 items become available. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if this video has helped you, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as hitting the like button. With that being said, I will see you next time.